Are men afraid of being too good? Now that sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But does it? Are some men afraid of just trying harder because they're afraid of standing out?
Wow. If you're a high-performing man, one of the things you're going to struggle with is intense dislike of people. So society has very low standards and expectations for themselves, so they're very hard to relate to. And when you try to share your wisdom and your experience with them, they often come up with excuses to support their limitations. Because of this, it becomes increasingly more difficult to hold back your frustration. A plus B equals C. And when people see the formula but don't act on the formula and then complain that the formula doesn't work, you simply cannot be around them.
You know, this is an interesting point. Men not being around certain other men. You know, we talk a lot about being single as being single men, but what about men who, like, they tend to not be around the company of other men because other men bring them down? Trash already, trash! Bruh. Not bring them down as in emotionally, but in terms of like value and worth. It's like you may know friends or have had friends in the past that their focus was like just women. That's all it was. It was never to try to even be better, to even become better men, to even get a better quality of woman. It wasn't even about that. It was just the bare minimum of living, existence, survival. Now, for a lot of men, they don't see the purpose in obviously trying harder in life. They're like, it's pointless to even try harder. But there are a decent amount of men who do want to try harder. And for them, they've learned and realized, yeah, there are certain other dudes I can't be around. Because it goes beyond just the thirsty dudes who just thirst women and that's all they are. There's nothing to them. It's a sort of like purpose as well. Another man, if that other man doesn't have purpose in life where you do have purpose in life or a purpose, you're reaching your goals, or you're seeking to reach your goals, but that dude or those dudes don't, you would question, why would I want to be around him? Why should you want to be around him? They would be a drain on you. Because if you're a resourceful man in terms of thoughts and ideas, those lack of creative bastards would be a drain on you, wouldn't they? Like effing leeches, sucking and draining all of the amazing things you are and can do as a man. And I do believe this causes a lot of envy and jealousy in a lot of other men. If you say jealousy is wanting what you have and envy is wanting to be you, then yeah, you can say a lot of men are envious and jealous of other men. But it is part of the competition of being a man, isn't it? But I've never made this point before, but I do think this is a key point. How dangerous it is for some men because of other men. Simply, as a man, you could be a high-performing man and shine too brightly, and that could make a lot of other men who have no shine or don't want to shine at all, it could make them just hate you just for being as a man. So in some cases, my point is, a lot of men may fear being too shiny, glistening, amazing, high-performing, which is not bad, but it's because they understand the envy and jealousy of other men who aren't even trying, but how they would covet and take from you everything you have. A lot of waffling, but I'm making some points, aren't I? It's when your best friends can be your worst enemies.
And on the flip side, when you want to complain about something, you find yourself being ridiculed, judged, and having people shame and guilt you into the success that you have, even though they could have the same success.
Maybe some birds fly to the moon, and maybe I...
One day, millennials just decided to cut the sound off on our phones and never look.
If you have never seen me before in your life, I have really good news for you.
Here's how you don't know what you're talking about. That's why people like, again, I'm gonna pick on Plies because I think he's a moron.
Why am I so hung up on this idea that she didn't tell me? Shit happened. People make mistakes. People ain't gonna always get it right, but why am I so hung up on it? My first love, first relationship, she never told the truth about shit. After every time I was sitting there and I'm begging for the truth. Just tell me what happened. You'll find out 3 weeks later. Your body's in shock because like I just begged you for this information. I'm the that's like, if you want to go be happy, go be happy. No, I want this relationship. If you want to go be happy, I want this relationship. Show me you want the relationship. 3 weeks later, she's doing shit showing she don't want the relationship.
Lying and gaslighting.
Just like a woman.
Do you know, it is sad that the jealousy and envy doesn't come from man to man. A lot of times, it's your own woman who could be jealous and envious of you. And she will do everything to hold you back because she can see your potential. She can see who you're trying to be and who you're going to become. And because, you know, she herself, her dusty self may not even amount to anything, she will do her best to hold you back. You see, it's not often talked about, or even men speak about it enough, how your woman, the one you think has your back, you ride or die, really. Yeah, you think she's there for you. Bro, she's there to lock you down and hold you back. Like, think of how many men didn't reach their potential because of their woman. Ironically, they act as if they're trying to help you. Not in all cases. Not in all cases. Sometimes it's not men that are jealous and envious of you. It's the woman in your bed.
You know what I'm saying? It was triggering.
I've been there, bro.
It was triggering.
I've been there. That's So
And then because it's like it crush your boundaries and all your self-image, like because you constantly dealing with it over and over, and yeah, that's some triggering.
So for the women that's watching, what was the thing that 3 Week Shorty did, or that you found out about that was like, damn, you should have just told me?
She had a whole nother situation going on. Like she was already in some, you know what I'm saying? She had a progressive relationship that was sexual, that was, you know what I'm saying, romantic, that was, you care about a person. You know what I'm saying? After I had already expressed to her, baby, I don't have to move fast. When you see that one that like can make it.
Yep. And how typical is that? As a man in modern times to care too much, you're getting effed over. Why is it the men that care more that get effed over? You know, when you hear men like myself telling men, yo, to have the most success nowadays in dating, don't care. Do not care. Because it's always the men that care that get their hearts broken. It's like in a weird way, women turn you into a villain if you actually care about them. Interesting.
Get all the way to the end goal, and you like, this is the package, this the one. A nigga
Patient. You
like,
patient.
oh my God. I was like, mama, we could just be friends. I will, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta, because I'd rather not rush. We trip and it's up.
Yep.
Because it's hard to get up from these days. I can just go walk the.
It is.
You know.
And too many dudes have been there. You hear the BS women saying you try to be different, then she friend zones you, uses you, strings you along, has you running and jumping through hoops, and what do you get in the end? Trauma. Effing trauma.
You know what I'm saying? And man, I'm salty. Like I ain't gonna lie, salty.
That reminded me of a situation with you.
Happens.
That was salty.
When Shorty, she out of nowhere, like she had her ex.
Yeah.
She just got engaged.
A girl just got engaged.